Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to make yet another braces video about extractions, and I'm just going to go back on my soapbox and say I hate extractions. I don't like extractions. Please don't do extractions. But a few of you out there are stubborn and you love to do extractions. So please watch all my other videos in my Straight Wire playlist about everything extractions, why you don't do them, when you actually do need them, which is very rare. Please, hopefully you're not doing this in growing kids, please, 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 or teenagers. But occasionally you have an adult who doesn't want jaw surgery. You don't have a choice. You take a ceph, there's no way you can move teeth transversely. For whatever reason, you can't distalize, which is very rare and almost unheard of, because nowadays with distalization and aligners and IPR, you really shouldn't need to take out premolars. But let's give a hypothetical situation. Hypothetical situation, there's an adult who can't tolerate aligners, so we can't distalize, who is congenitally missing 4 premolars, and we want to close the space because we took the ceph X-ray and we see that the front teeth are crazy proclined, so there's justification that we cannot, they would make more sense to close the space because it would be healthier for the patient. So this would be a very random one-off case. I'm talking 1 in 1,000 that you'd actually want to take out premolars. But anyways, so I'm going to talk today specifically about en masse space closure, en masse retraction versus acreage-based retraction. And there is no cookie cutter approach to this. Every single case is unique. Every single case has to be evaluated. And it's really not that easy. And if you pull 100 orthodontists, we're all going to do it differently. So I'm going to tell you my opinions. I see there's a lot of opinions out there on YouTube. Now, this is going to be more advanced. So before you listen to this video, you need to listen to all my other videos on premolar extractions, why we do them, when we do them, why we don't do them, class 2 space closure, class 3 space closure, or different types of anchorage space closure. Today, we're specifically going to talk about en masse. So you're not going to understand this video unless you watch my other videos. So watch those first. They're free. So in order to watch them, you go to my YouTube channel, or go to your YouTube channel, put in the space bar at the top, Straightsmile Solutions takes you to my YouTube channel, which has a green banner. Scroll down on there and you're going to go ahead and see a playlist that says Straight Wire Braces, something like that. It's everything braces. There's like almost 200 videos. Click around, find all the ones regarding extractions and space closure and watch those first. I'm assuming you've watched them before I start talking about en masse. So en masse space closure is what I call lazy space closure and occasionally, or power chain space closure. I am not into mouse traps. I am not into doohickeys and TADs and all that. First of all, it's terrible patient care. I mean, there's times when you're going to need it, very, very, very rarely. But if you have good anchorage and good mechanics, you should not be using TADs as much as you see on the internet. And all these classes, I feel like these implant manufacturers I get requests all the time. Hey, can you talk about TADs? No, because you really shouldn't need them. It's very, very rare that you actually need a TAD. And they're terrible, they're horrible, they hurt. I had one in my daughter. I was so excited to do it. I've done them before in practice. It has never been a positive situation. Nobody has ever said, I'm so glad I got this darn TAD. Everyone has always said that is worse pain than giving childbirth. It's so much pain. As a parent now, having gone through it, I just won't do it. That's simple. I'm not interested in doing that in my practice. If that's what you want, go someplace else, to someone else who wants to do it. It's not the type of ortho I want to do. And to be really honest, if you need a TAD that bad, you waited way too long for ortho and you should have been seen as a kid. So go to someone that enjoys doing that. I don't. And I really don't think orthos should be placing TADs. I believe it's below standard of care. I believe periodontists and oral surgeons should be placing TADs, and that really increases the expense. I mean, like double, triple the expense. It makes it very expensive for the average American, and most Americans can't afford it anyways. Just get freaking jaw surgery if you're going to pay that much money anyways. It's going to turn out way better and you're going to have a better airway. Anyways, different topic. All right, so en masse space closure, lazy space closure, power chain space closure, you can do that only in class 1 cases where you have symmetrical space closure, like e.g. class 1 all 4s, class 1, all 5s, okay? And it's just gonna be chain. What do you need to do first? You need to get brackets on all your teeth. You need to level and align. You need to work your way up to heavy arch wires, and that includes 7s, everything. All erupted teeth need to have braces. All erupted teeth need to be fully leveled and aligned. Verify your bracket position, verify everything's perfect in a progress panel. It's probably gonna take you 6 to 12 months to get to that point where you're ready. If this is no crowding, if there's a crowding case, I recommend taking the premolars out first, because a lot of the space is just going to naturally close during the level and aligning space just because of the crowding. It's just going to kind of take up the space, and you might already close half the space by the time you even get to the part where you need en masse space closure, which is great, right? If it is just a really protruded, like bimaxillary protrusion case which by the way is not a bad thing. This is one of the things that really is my pet peeve, where people think that the Ceph is a Bible, and they think that their Ceph numbers are Bible, and they say, oh, there are 5 standard deviations proclined. Who cares? You know, as long as the teeth are periodontally healthy, as long as the patient is happy with the position of them, as long as the patient is not mouth breathing, as long as the patient is not lip incompetent, who cares if there's 5 standard deviations flared? No one says you have to pull out teeth. Why? Why you got to pull out teeth? So, but I mean, there's the occasional patient that is just so full. They're embarrassed. They're covering their face. They can't get their lips over their teeth. They got dry mouths at night. They're having issues talking. They're constantly having that kind of dumb look where their mouth is hanging open at rest because it's a struggle to get those lips around the teeth. That is the type of patient where I'm okay with premolar extractions. I'm okay with en masse space closure. That's cool. Teeth are straight, they're just jutted out. Fine. In that case, if there's no crowding, you may want to wait until you finish the leveling and aligning, which should go fast because teeth are straight. It should only take a few months. And then pull the teeth and just power chain the heck out of it. You know, power chain to close. Keep your eye on it. Of course, if any side starts to go more class 2 or more class 3, you may have to change your mechanics. So you can't always just stick with power chain space closure on mass space closure. But everyone else, I'm going to pull the teeth out and start that at the beginning, because a lot of space is going to get closed just during the leveling and aligning, situation. So anyways, that is my en masse space closure video. All right, thanks.